Hey guys, what you're seeing is the actual footage of a secret underground chamber in the ancient temple of Srirangam in India. This underground chamber was discovered in 2015, and experts confirm that this is an authentic video. The temple of Srirangam is at least 2000 years old and contains many ancient secrets. A week after this chamber was opened, authorities completely closed it and sealed it with granite blocks and metal doors, which is what you see here. There is no way to enter or examine it now. What was inside the underground vault, which was so secretive that the entire structure had to be sealed off? I have been talking to several locals about this, and this is what really happened. Until 2015, this entrance was closed with two doors made of granite stone blocks, and nobody knew how to open them. Authorities finally broke these doors and entered the room at the ground level. Look at what is carved on the top of this doorway. It undoubtedly shows two doors closing the entrance, and there is a conical sign below pointing vertically underneath the floor. These were ancient symbols clearly pointing to something important. I'm not sure if this is why authorities decided to break the doors and go in. When authorities entered this room at the ground level, they found a conical sign carved on the floor. They started removing the rocks on the floor in that spot, and they found that it leads to this underground vault. You can clearly see that this chamber is at the underground level, but another chamber was also discovered directly underneath this level as well. Construction workers who saw it with their own eyes confirmed this. You can see a small rectangle covered with dirt and a pole placed on it. This was the doorway that led to the next underground level, which had something extraordinary. It is obvious that authorities have covered this with a stone block, put some dirt on it, and placed a pole on it so no one can open it. There would be no need for the pole if there was nothing underneath. There is no footage of the second underground chamber, and authorities completely sealed everything within a week after opening that door. What did the underground vault have? Why was the contents not shown to the public? It is obvious that there was some ancient secret inside the vaults, because if the chambers were really empty, there is no need to seal off everything. I said chambers because look at here. This is a doorknob which would lead to the next vault. And look, this is a new block placed recently. These evidences prove that authorities found more vaults nearby and then closed everything off. So far, everything we have seen is remarkably similar to what happened in Padmanabhaswamy temple. The Padmanabhaswamy temple also has many underground chambers, and valuables worth at least $17 billion were found, and the final chamber has still not been opened. The Padmanabhaswamy and Srirangam temple are remarkably similar to one another. Both are dedicated to Lord Vishnu. Even the main deities in the sanctum look identical. Did these underground vaults at Srirangam also contain large amount of gold and diamonds like the Padmanabhaswamy temple? While construction workers confirm that a large treasure was in fact found, they also reveal something much more shocking. One of these vaults contained a 10-foot tall metallic Vimana, a flying machine which made a rattling sound when moved? Are locals making up this story? Or was a small aircraft really found here? Around the world, we have heard several eyewitness accounts of small UFOs and flying saucers. One even crashed in Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. But this is the first time we are hearing of such a small, ancient spacecraft in India. Did ancient builders safeguard a Vimana in the underground area of the temple? If this is the case, they would have definitely made some carvings about them. Remember, I have repeatedly demonstrated that ancient builders always leave clues in the form of carvings. Even in this temple, note how they carved the doors and the conical sign, which were clues to open the doors and dig underneath. So I began exploring the carvings in this temple, but this was a monumental task because there are more than 25,000 carvings in the temple. This is the largest temple in India, which stretches for miles. But I find exactly what we are looking for. Here's a carving of a Vimana, an aircraft hanging in mid-air. This is actually in a flying position. And this is not the only carving I found. There are several flying machines carved in this temple. And it is interesting to see that these Vimanas also resemble temple towers. Now, what does the term Vimana mean? Ancient Indian texts clearly describe Vimana as an aircraft or spacecraft used by gods who came down from the sky. Human beings later built stone models of these flying machines and used the same name for the models as well. This is why all temple towers are aerodynamically shaped and resemble spacecraft. And this is why these towers are also known as Vimanas. But these carvings are definitely not temple towers. Why? Because temple towers cannot hang in mid-air. These are obviously flying devices. And look at the bottom of these Vimanas. Each Vimana is different from the other, and each one has a specific cymatic design at the center. There would be absolutely no need to put these cymatic patterns at the base of a temple tower because this design would merely be buried in the ground. But all modern spacecraft would have a circular hole at the bottom center to provide thrust. And this is what we see in these ancient Vimanas as well. Each cymatic pattern in these Vimanas indicates a specific frequency which was used for propulsion. In fact, ancient Vedic texts clearly state that there is a specific mantra or sound pattern assigned to activate specific types of Vimanas. And if we decode these cymatic patterns, we might finally understand the secret of these ancient flying machines. And we may even be able to rebuild an actual Vimana. But what's really strange is that there's already a large metallic Vimana in Srirangam, which is hiding in plain sight. When we look at the aerial view of Srirangam temple, we realize that something is not right. There are a total of 21 temple towers or Vimanas, but only 20 are made of stone. One Vimana, the one at the very center, is made out of solid gold. People are not allowed to take photographs of this golden Vimana, and it is even protected with an electric fence. Who built this golden Vimana and what is the purpose of it? While modern history books are not able to give us a definite answer, the ancient historical text called Srirangam Mahatmyam clearly mentions that the golden Vimana was not constructed but appeared on its own. This Vimana was the original vehicle of Lord Vishnu, and the rest of the stone structures around it were built much later in time. There are pictorial representations of Lord Vishnu standing inside a dome carved on this golden Vimana. Locals confirm that there are underground vaults right underneath the golden tower as well, and those chambers were also sealed off about 50 years ago. This means that this vast temple area is full of underground structures, just like Ellora caves. This is the reason why many areas, such as the thousand pillared hall, are completely locked. See how this entire area cannot be accessed by visitors. I mean, what is the need to restrict access to a hall which only has stone pillars? Is it because it also has entryways to underground chambers? But the most important question is this: what happened to the 10-foot tall Vimana found underground? Is it currently in the sealed chamber, or has it been moved somewhere? We can see a strange pattern emerging among ancient sites in India. The Padmanabhaswamy temple, the submerged city of Dwarka, and now the Srirangam temple. Someone accidentally finds evidence of a lost civilization, but instead of showing the contents to the public, authorities completely cover it up from the public eyes. Why do they prevent us from learning the truth about ancient technology? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm Praveen Mohan. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and also click on the bell button to get all the updates. Please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.